Welcome all you +2 comedy modifiers back to the stream. Welcome back to Solving the Witness, a very conversational, laid-back Let's Play where we try to solve the mystery, the overall mystery of what is the witness. I am jumping back in. I have solved 106 panels plus 20. And as we last left off, first off, people complained that I'm too far away from the camera. So I'm going for a little bit of a different look here. That's why I am recording this from the black void. I still have my notebook, but I think this will also disappear. Oh, crazy. Thank you, green screen. There's no way for me to make this wider, huh? This right here seems like unused, valuable space. But last time we let off, we were here at the Windmill, and I realize now, I complained a few streams ago that the puzzles right on the other side of this windmill don't seem to do anything, the ones with the tree. I think they might open these puzzles or power these puzzles, now that I think about it, which is very interesting in that I know that down here there's going to be a lot of information, and I was tying the apples to knowledge, so like this does unlock actual knowledge, so that's pretty interesting. All right, let's do this. So I think, if I remember correctly, yeah, there's two ways to solve this one, and depending on how you solve it is the way that the windmill spins. Or maybe nothing happens. What's going on here? Let's try the other way then. Because, yeah, I can't... This is the only way to do it. No? Yeah, this is the only way to do it. Well, there's two ways. What I just did, this way. Did I turn you on? Yeah, you're turned on now. Got to do here. This is a fun one. Oh. Oh, I think I screwed it up. Oh no, there it is. And then I get back on here. Boom. And I think there's several of these I can do. I think I can do this a few different ways. Oh no, I think I have to make it spin the other way for it to work the other way. No, I should be able to do it. No, I don't know. We'll try this a second time. But this is again the thing about the witness is it's very relaxed. Oh no, it's not gonna line up. Crap. So I have to go low. But I believe I think there's a thing where you can get off and then get back on or something. Like, besides just doing this. I think I can get off here? Yeah. Oh, boo. Yeah, but this won't work because I can't. Yeah, I have to make this spin the other way. Let me make this spin the other way and see if let's see if it actually spins, because it didn't seem like it was spinning last time. Slowing down. It's gonna cut my head off. It's coming right for us. Maybe this just makes it spin super slowly? I don't know. Alright, we'll come back to you. Alright, we gotta go deep underground now. And we're gonna get some lectures. Thought I remember something hiding here. No, okay. If you're hanging out, I got the chat up if you want to talk to me about the witness and try to figure out what's going on here. Also make sure sound's okay and stuff. I don't know what room that is. Interesting. Ooh, there's the theater. So we know how to do this. We need to separate black and white. Whoopsie. It's an interesting shape. Usually things like this that open like an area, like with the windmill puzzle that you made a windmill, the shape means something. I don't know what that shape means. It's kind of a question mark. Editor Noah here. I just want to point out that that shape right there, that is important. It's not a question mark. It's the shape of the theater we're about to walk into. If you look, the little open part of the square is the open door that leads into the theater. So the shape is important. I was just too dumb to realize it at the time. Back to gameplay. It's backwards though. I don't know. So, this is the theater. The big thing about the theater is that you can watch movies here. And we're going to watch a movie now. You might remember this shape. This comes from the hidden door that we found. And inside, we found a drawing of this. I drew it so that we can recreate it here, hopefully. Hopefully I'm smart enough to do that. And we're going to watch a movie by doing that. So let's take a look, and I think, looking at my drawing, I think I start here, and then I come around like this, and then I come up, and then I come around, and then I come out this way. All right, let's enjoy.
Well, that's no better a solution than any of the others, is it? So, in the end, have we learned anything from this look at why the world turned out the way it did that's of any use to us in our future? Something, I think. That the key to why things change is the key to everything. How easy is it for knowledge to spread? And that in the past, the people who made change happen were the people who had that knowledge, whether they were craftsmen or kings. Today, the people who make things change, the people who have that knowledge, are the scientists and the technologists who are the true driving force of humanity. And before you say, what about the Beethovens and the Michelangelos? Let me suggest something with which you may disagree violently. That at best, the products of human emotion, art, philosophy, politics, music, literature, are interpretations of the world that tell you more about the guy who's talking than about the world he's talking about. Second-hand views of the world, made third-hand by your interpretation of them. Things like that, as opposed to this. Know what it is? It's a bunch of amino acids. The stuff that goes to build up a worm, or a geranium, or you. This stuff's easier to take, isn't it? Understandable. Got people in it. This, scientific knowledge, is hard to take because it removes the reassuring crutches of opinion, ideology, and leaves only what is demonstrably true about the world. And the reason why so many people may be thinking about throwing away those crutches is because thanks to science and technology, they have begun to know that they don't know so much, and that if they are to have more say in what happens to their lives, more freedom to develop their abilities to the full, they have to be helped towards that knowledge that they know exists and that they don't possess. And by help towards that knowledge, I don't mean give everybody a computer and say, help yourself. Where would you even start? No, I mean trying to find ways to translate the knowledge, to teach us to ask the right questions. See, we're on the edge of a revolution in communications technology that is going to make that more possible than ever before. Or, if that's not done, to cause an explosion of knowledge that will leave those of us who don't have access to it as powerless as if we were deaf, dumb, and blind. And I don't think most people want that. So what do we do about it? I don't know. But maybe a good start would be to recognize within yourself the ability to understand anything, because that ability is there, as long as it's explained clearly enough. And then go and ask for explanations. And if you're thinking right now, what do I ask for? Ask yourself if there's anything in your life that you want changed. That's where to start.
Yesterday, Tomorrow, and You, written and presented by James Burke. And it was clearly the very end of it. We don't even get the credits. Because he starts by saying what we've just seen. Which we didn't see anything, you know? I'm doing a thing. I'm not just dancing right now. Yeah. This is going to be an environmental puzzle. In any case, some interesting things he says there. Basically, as I drink some smoothie, his theory is interpretation of art doesn't get us anywhere because it doesn't tell us about the world, it tells us about the person who created. So basically my mission here of trying to solve this game won't tell me anything about life. It will tell me more about Jonathan Blow, the creator of this game. Which is fine, but Jonathan Blow is saying something with this game. So it may not be truth, but it is a message that is being said by him that he believes in. Whether or not I believe it is kind of my own thing, because like they were just saying there, it's my interpretation of his message created through this game. So we're kind of like 3 stages away. It's his message, the game, and then us interpreting the game. Which is interesting. There's also a lot of talk of like science in here. Like real knowledge is like not the existential thought of, you know, why we do what we do in terms of thought and motivation and personal meaning, but kind of just like the science, like, you know, we choose because it's not what we want, but because that is what the synapses of our brain fired and medically and biologically had us do. So the interpretation here is kind of like, I wouldn't say it's saying that there's no free will or anything like that. It's just like there is fact and truth in science, while in interpreting art and life, it will always be objective and there will not be truth, because every interpretation is personal, and if it is personal, it's impossible for it to be universal. But things like our cellular makeup is universal amongst humans to an extent. Of course, there's different icons. Editor Noah here, popping up to talk about Yesterday, Tomorrow, and You. Now, we're only getting the end of this video. This is the conclusion to a much longer video, and I watched it. It's called Connections, and this is just an episode of that called Yesterday, Tomorrow, and You. And I watched all 49 minutes and 11 boring seconds of this. But here's the gist of what it's about. The focus of this is change, how the first change experienced on Earth was like the seasons, and then the changes of the human body, and then all of a sudden humans decided to take matters in their own hands and create change of their own by building tools and such. Now, he brings up 8 important inventions. These are the 8 inventions that changed everything, and they are telecommunications, the computer, the jet engine, plastics, rockets, television, the atom bomb, and production lines, which are the things that create all the other things. Now, he claimed all those things were behind him, and first off, they weren't, because he didn't have an atomic bomb behind him. So he's already a liar, and I don't like him. And second, I kind of noticed that none of those items appear on the island either. The closest I think we come is there is a television in the area called, I think it's the Quarry, where you can raise platforms and stuff on something that's clearly a TV screen. I don't think that's what he meant when he meant television. I don't think he meant monitor. I think he meant the ability to beam entertainment and news directly into your home. And I don't really even think that there is plastic, something that is clearly a plastic on the island. The closest I could come to is there is that one area where the puzzles have been melted by the sun. So perhaps those were plastic because the sun was beaming on it and it ended up with the plastic melting. I think that's the closest I can think of there being something that is clearly a plastic on the island. So I think it's very interesting that the beginning of this video, which is cut out and we don't get to see, expresses the 8 biggest things to affect change, and none of them appear in this game. Just a little thing to think about. The other line that he uses a lot, because he tries to explain how change, no matter what your intentions are, will have unintended consequences or unintended changes. And you can't map change in a straight line. For example, he goes on to explain that if you were to try to map the changes in agriculture, you couldn't do it and just look at agriculture because they invented the tractor. And the tractor is just an automobile that they moved into a rural setting. So it was originally intended for transportation, and someone saw that idea and put it into a new type of purpose in the tractor. Basically, this idea of once the idea is out there, other people can take it and see other uses for it. To be honest, don't watch this video. Like I said, it's really boring and loud. Like, the sound mix is awful, and it's just, there's a lot of noise in it. I recommend a video created by Jesse Cox that came out a little while ago called Creating the Video Game Wheel, or Who Invented the Video Game Wheel. It's basically a more fun way to explain this concept of once you have a simple idea, someone else will see it and see a purpose in a different way and use that same type of idea and tool for a brand new purpose. This, I think, could possibly tie into The Witness in that since we're focused on change, and I will say this 100 times in this Let's Play, and I'm sorry I keep repeating it, but since the sun doesn't move, there is no change that occurs naturally. Like, it doesn't go from day to night, so the shadows never change, the seasons never change, time never goes by. Every change that happens on the island is done by you, the player. And arguably whoever else was on the island, like the person who cut up the apple, for example, but every change that you make on the island, whether it's turning on a panel or playing an audio clip, is a change that you personally had an effect on. And if you follow the methods and the ideas that this guy kind of says in this video, the changes you made, you probably have a very clear goal and reason to do it, but there may be an unintended change in the island based on your actions that you might not even be aware of. So that's kind of playing with the idea of there are certain things that may happen that you didn't realize you were doing. So I think it's important to, while you're playing, to really recognize that any change that happened on the island happened with a purpose, happened with a reason, and did not occur naturally. One last thing I want to say about this guy before we move on. The beginning of the video we get to see in the game is him saying, like, that wasn't a good idea or something like that. I forget his exact wordings because it's the conclusion. The point he's making right before that is, how do you deal with a computer once it's basically realized that we serve no purpose and starts doing things that we don't like? The two things you can do, according to him, are nothing and stick your thumb in your mouth, which I thought was weird wording, or overreact, lash out, and sabotage the machine, followed by like this montage of breaking stuff with an axe. So that's the idea he's kind of condemning at the beginning of this video, is destroying things with an axe. I did not see that coming at all. So I also want to say a little thing about this video that I didn't realize until later, and that he shows that part of like a cell, and he talks about how science is harder to understand. You'd rather just move on to something else. In the game, you then ignore that science and just go back to what you're doing, which is solving environmental puzzles. Like, you use that science for its unintended purpose, but your purpose, which is to draw lines. So I thought that was a nice little parallel there. Parallel, like lines. Huh, fun. Anyway, I talked for way too long on this cut-in, so let's get back to gameplay. And once again, this is what this Let's Play is. It's a lot of talking and no action, so thank you for joining me here in trying to solve this. But that being said, oh my god, I saw an environmental puzzle. We should solve it. So to do that, I got my drawing in front of me again, so I'm going to re-draw it. Went like this, went like this, went like this, and like this. There we go. Now I believe I have the power to fast forward this.
That's no better a solution than any of the others, is it? So,
Oops.
In the end, have we learned anything from this look at why the world turned out the way it did, that's of any use to us in our future?
Oh no, I can use this.
That the key to why things...
Yeah, so we want to get to this planet thing, so
about the guy who's talking,
start from here.
Then about the world he's talking about.
We're going to line this sucker up.
Made third hand by your...
It's going to pop up right here.
Things like that.
Bad boy's going to pop up right here.
This. Know what it is? It's a bunch of amino acids.
Wait.
The stuff that goes to build up...
Oh wait, I think I screwed it up. I screwed it up.
Uranium.
Wait, no. This is where I'm supposed to do it. Oh, I shouldn't have run away. Ah, damn it.
Understandable.
Hot damn.
Got people in you. This scientific knowledge is hard to take because it removes the reassuring crutches of opinion, ideology, and leaves only what...
Got it.
And the reason why so many people may be thinking about throwing away because thanks to science, they've got to know.
No, it doesn't look like it's round here. Round here.
There to have
It doesn't look like it's round at the bottom part here, so I think that's just the one. But it also appears like eventually we'll also find a white one.
And by help towards that knowledge, I don't mean give everybody a computer and say help us.
That'll start here, yeah.
Where would you even start? No,
This is his head. This is his dumb head.
Find ways to translate
Or his glasses.
teach us to ask the right questions.
Yeah.
See, we're on the edge of a
So there will be one here as well. And I'll come up and around. So that's cool.
Or, if that's not
It's
done,
very interesting choice that, oh my god, how terrifying. But it's very terrifying. It's very interesting that the choice to make this sound
maybe
dynamic.
a good
Like,
start
it doesn't follow you. Like, if
would
you
be to
get
recognize within
further
yourself
away,
the ability
you hear less of it. So there's kind of like this subtext of playing the game, you miss the message.
And if you're thinking right now,
Because, like, I wasn't listening just now when I did this
ask
environmental
yourself
puzzle.
if there's anything
I wanted to play the game, and maybe that's a mistake. Kind of looking. Oh, hello. I was looking down at the bottom because this is very line-like, but it doesn't seem like there's a start anywhere. But hey, triangle puzzle. Let's get that out of the way. Triangles you have to hit once. Only possible solution. Okay, cool. There's something in the leaves, I think. Oh, hold on, go inside. Something very line-like here. Maybe I gotta look at it from below or from above because I'm currently looking at it from below. Sorry, words are very difficult, gang. But yeah, maybe it's sitting right here. But it does look like there's a line. I don't see where it. And I think it cuts across this catwalk. Is that a? I wonder if that's a place I will eventually walk. Editor Noah popping in for a short one. Yes, that's a walkway. No, we can't get to it now. Yes, I know how to do it. No, I'm not going to tell you now. It's a surprise for later. So keep watching. Very interesting. And it looks like there's like a well or something. So we got to look down some sort of well. All right, let's continue to walk around the theater. That's the only one we had unlocked. Ooh, I don't know what these things do. Ooh, issues, gang. Ooh, how do? Because these have to be completely separated. So, I can't do this. Ooh, how do? Because it seems like I need to make a complete square around these, which can't be done. I think I might have something here. Maybe it's like a... No. Well, I could... No, I could... No, I can't... Dissect them like this. Maybe if I dissect that. No. Wait. Maybe if I... No. I don't know, gang. This is a toughie. I don't know how I can open this. Because I don't know what those symbols mean. Because I've yet to come across them. And then this guy is something like this. No, hold on. Hold up. Because I think I have to like create the shape. If I create all these shapes, I kind of end up here and nothing gets dissected. That's wrong. Alright, these doors might be a later thing for me, because I have not really come across this symbol, and I kind of remember these symbols, but I haven't done them yet, so we're going to leave the windmill for now. Yeah, this appears to be less ceiling and more catwalk. Like, it kind of appears like I could get up there. And I don't know what's over here. Don't know what that area is at all. So mental note about that. And we're also kind of on the lookout for a well. And let's see, are you spinning? No, this isn't spinning. Weird. All right, go ahead. And I want this spinning. Oopsie. It's just more aesthetically pleasing if the windmill spins, right? Oh, wait. I think I figured it out. Oh, here. Oh, no. This is the same problem. Because this is going to break my line, right? No, this will line up nicely. Okay. That's the same line. Okay, but I can definitely... Oh, the windmill. Windmill, windmill, windmill. This is a great time for more smoothie. I'm not going to cut any of this because, like Jonathan Blow said, which, as we just learned from that little documentary we watched, he says in an interview that this game doesn't waste your time. And this feels like a waste of time, but as we learned from... I think I screwed this up again. Damn. Because this next thing's going to come around. Ah, I didn't get off. Oh no, maybe I can... Oh, I can take it all the way around. Oh, I get it. Okay. Do we feel like that Jonathan Blow are wasting our time right now? Yeah, Jonathan Blow in an interview said that this game doesn't waste your time. A lot of people disagree because look at what we're doing currently. We are waiting for a windmill to spin around so I can draw a line that will do something. It'll play a noise that activates a little bit of dopamine in my brain because it gives me a small sense of accomplishment. Hard to call that not wasting your time. Yet here we are doing. But since we learned that this is supposed to be, that what this game will tell us is mostly about Jonathan Blow and not about like the way the world should work, we should, take the time to do it. Boom. Dopamine. All right. I don't know where the well would be. I'm trying to think like where I was. Yeah, you can see here, this is again a map. These are the lasers we have activated. Looks like, I forget what these represent. These might be triangle. No, these aren't triangles. These I think are audio clips. That one's yellow. That's very interesting. This implies that there is something behind this laser that we missed. Maybe we should go take a look at that, because that's the laser that's an island. So maybe we should go a little hunting? You guys want to go a little bit hunting? Yeah, if I didn't do a great job explaining that, the lake is a map of the game. The little glowing boxes that we saw there represent these lasers that I've activated. If it's not glowing, it means that I haven't activated it yet. The white flowers represent something. I forget what it is, but they definitely represent something. I think it's either the triangle puzzles, like the one I found in the Windmill, or audio clips that you can find, little audio recordings. And if you find them, the flower opens. That flower was not open, so it implies that there's something that I missed right behind this laser. So that's where I'm standing now. Maybe I should go down here. Just kind of looking around. Also thinking I see something in the environment. Saw some red lines. How do I get down here? Gotta go up to get down. Yeah, these red lines all of a sudden look very suspicious to me. How do? No, this is the wrong way. No, maybe it's not the wrong way. How the hell do I get down there? Oh, wait, here it is. Sorry. That's where I want to go. Okay. Hey, Mike. No need to apologize. I went the wrong way again. Currently looking for something we missed here. You just missed a long discussion about the, I think his name was Jonathan Byrne clip from the Windmill. Just had a little philosophical discussion about that. I feel like there should be something hidden right here, like... What is that? This is something I've never noticed before. What is the white on this tree? There was a closed flower, according to the lake map, and I forget what closed flower represents. It either represents audio or it represents triangle puzzle. I feel like triangle puzzles are the leaves in the lake. But yeah, the map implied audio. Okay. So I feel like it should be like right around here, maybe up here. I never noticed the whites on these trees. Are these painted? Doritos? Yeah. Just doing a quick sweep. Kind of implied that I missed something, but if I don't find it, I don't find it. But it definitely implied it was right behind the laser, so I'm kind of just sweeping this area really quickly. Just a little puzzle. I know one reason there's white paint on the specific branch, but only one. I think it's for a visual Easter egg. Oh, really? Do I have to see it from the boat? Because I haven't gotten the boat yet. Where could this be? Hoping it's like eye level or something. Also try to pay a little bit of attention to this white here. Oh, I was trying to line something up, but down this tree's in the way. You can point it out to me. I won't be upset for that spoilie. So on this ridge. I never noticed this about the trees. Are they painted red and white, or are they red, white, painted white and red? Like, what's going on? You have to go past the second gate when entering the peninsula. The gate up top? Okay, alright, so first gate, second gate. Oh, there's a little path this way, isn't it? Is that it? Yep, there it is. Thank you, Mike. All right, let's reflect.
One nature, perfect and pervading. circulates in all natures. One reality, all comprehensive, contains within itself all realities. The one moon reflects itself wherever there is a sheet of water, and all the moons in the waters are embraced within the one moon. The absolute of all the Buddhas enters into my own being, and my own being is found in union with theirs. The inner light is beyond praise and blame. Like space, it knows no boundaries. Yet it is even here, within us, ever retaining its serenity and fullness. It is only when you hunt for it that you lose it. You cannot take hold of it, but equally you cannot get rid of it. And while you can do neither, it goes on its own way. You remain silent, and it speaks. You speak, and it is dumb. The great gate of charity is wide open, with no obstacles before it. Young Cha Tashi, circa 700.
Interesting. So, my takeaway from that is I like the idea of like the multiple realities through reflection. I mean, I think as a kid, everyone has looked at a mirror and just thought like, if I could just get through this mirror, I could get to another world. And it's kind of implying that, which is fun. But there's also this idea of searching for truth makes it impossible to find. And that could be a great metaphor for this game. In that, like, in trying so hard to find meaning in this, that we lose the journey of this, which is what's really important. Not the answers, but the search for answers. But searching is also the problem. It might be saying don't play this game, which that's entirely possible too. Also, just a little thing I like about it, that it talks about the gates of charity being open, and you actually have to get through 2 gates in order to find it. That's nice. That's a nice little, just a bit of flavor text for this. And that's going to do it for another episode of Solving the Witness. But before I let you go, let's talk a little bit about that quote. The first thing I need to explain is a term is used called the absolute. The absolute is a translation of the word, I'm going to try to say it right, Dharmakaya. Dharmakaya, when translated, becomes the absolute. And the idea of Dharmakaya is the essence of the universe. The unity of all things and all beings, basically. That's what Dharmakaya is. So I think what is trying to be expressed is the metaphor of the moon, where the moon is being reflected in the water, and the reflection in the water is not really the moon, but is also really the moon. So this separation between being everywhere but not being everywhere. It's trying to explain through metaphor the idea of Dharmakaya, the absolute. Another term that they use for the absolute is also the Dharma body. So all of the Buddha's teachings are out there and in you, even though you don't realize it through Dharmakaya, and it's just a matter of reaching it and understanding it. And even if you don't understand it, it is there. It's a very confusing concept and a very confusing quote and very confusing to explain. So it does its job really well here. So I just wanted to explain the idea of the absolute because I think Dharmakaya is an important concept to understand when it comes to Buddhist quotes. Another just small thing, when looking up this quote in different interpretations and stuff, there's multiple different capitalizations of the word moon. Moon is sometimes capitalized and sometimes not. The usual rule is if you're referring to the moon, like Earth's moon, since its name is the moon, you capitalize it. If you're talking about the moons of Jupiter, you don't. There doesn't seem to be any hard, fast rules in all the different translations I saw, and it's different in a lot of translations than it is in the subtitles of this game. I don't know if that's purposeful, but it is something that I saw, so I thought I'd share it with you. So please tell me what your thoughts of this quote, the absolute Dharmakaya, and Moon is in the comments below. Also, let me know what you thought about Yesterday, Tomorrow, and You. Did you go and watch that video? I hope not, but I included a link to it in the description if you really wanted to. I'll also leave a link to that Jesse Cox video I watched. I recommend that just for fun. Just give it a chance. You'll learn something fun. Another small thing is I couldn't find any good research about the trees. I mentioned the red trees and how they look to be painted red and there's white underneath. I couldn't find a tree that does that, so if you know what type of tree is hanging out in The Witness, leave that in the comments below as well. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe right here to Plus2 Comedy Gaming and you'll get a notification next time a new Solving the Witness video comes up. And if you want to join live, I play The Witness at 3:30 Eastern Standard Time every Wednesday on Twitch. So follow me over there and join in the conversation next time we try to solve The Witness.